Hi everyone, Heather here, H.G.A medium, with another audio video, understanding the moon in the heart. Delving right in, every astrologist and common horoscope enthusiast knows the impact the moon has on the many believers of the powers the celestial bodies hold over humanity. The moon is the ruler of the subconscious and the controller of the tides here on earth. Constantly reflecting the light of the sun, the moon has been worshipped for over 1,000 years and has been the subject of blame for any strange occurrences in communities at large and naturally the single conscious journey. While many scientists will say the belief of the influential moon, apart from environmental science and astronomy, is only a form of hysteria or religious dogma, there is no denying, from either side of the fence, the moon can capture the attention of anyone on the planet. Associated with mystery, illusions, revelation, and the promise of something more beyond the naked eye, the moon plays a role in life whether anyone admits it or not. In regard to love, or more specifically romantic love, the moon can speak a million words, offering gracious interpretations of your existence and every heartfelt connection experienced. While sparing everyone the trip down the history of astrology, no one can ignore the evidential fact the art of astrology is the parent of the many validated sciences in use today. The moon is the closest celestial body to the earth, sharing space with the constellations that serve as our zodiac. The zodiac is a system comprised of archetypal figures based off of Greco-Roman mythology associated with the four elements known to planet Earth. The four elements are earth, air, fire, and water. These elements rule over every basic principle in existence and have direct associations with the human body. What is particularly striking about the moon is the energies humanity had specified were lunar-derived, and how these energies can define every emotional dialogue a human can have. One may think the planet Venus would have the largest say in biological frequencies exchanged between humans. However, it is truly the moon that can offer extreme impact. Closest celestial body. If you are born on a specific day and time, the energies of the moon and of course the sun will provide the structural foundation of your entire life. For example, I was born on March 8th at 4:54 a.m. A Pisces sun with a Taurus moon with an Aquarius rising sign, rising sign. My subconscious needs and wants translate often to my conscious journey. Despite my Piscean nature, my moon sign overrides my sun sign when it comes to the demands of the physical world and romantic relationships. For a successful relationship, according to astrology, I require a loyal and stable partner who can complement the natural fluctuations of my emotional body. It must be a person who can wholeheartedly comprehend my day-to-day temperaments as well as my emotional responses to overwhelming events and or traumatic events. These are completely normal determinations that must be reached for anyone to offer a form of commitment to another person. I thought I would share mine. Heavily ruled by my sun sign in regard to my emotions, I thank the heavens every day for my earth placements, as my emotions can be easily influenced by my environments rapidly. On top of that, I am an empath, and I most definitely believe my subconscious controls my emotional body often. In romantic settings and relationships, I search for signs that will indicate my person of interest or partner is a grounded individual, or grounded at the time, who can either appreciate my passionate approaches or have understanding of the loves within my heart. Someone who has the time to to communicate and be attentive is very, very important. I often seek individuals who are willing to learn and understand my values as well as my responses to everyday causes and situations. I tend to find partners, whether they be long-term or short-term, who are earth signs and water signs often. Earth signs and water signs are the two zodiac signs I can form honest and authentic connections with often as well as rapidly. A lot of air signs and fire signs offer emotional and or analytical processes to varying extremes, which I had found to be troublesome to offer the idea of a romantic union. Keep in mind this: there are air signs and fire signs ruled by other placements as well as their moon sign. It is not uncommon to find individuals who do not portray the obvious qualities of their sun signs, such as myself, which in turn creates an astrological diverse pool of potential suitors for any person. What is specifically unique about the moon, apart from the previously stated information, is the psychological complexities the moon can touch upon and can alter within the single journey. A form of magic, I had thought initially, the moon is very much in touch with the mind. If a person is a believer in astrology or the supernatural powers of the moon, they rationalize and comprehend all moon-based interactions as something more. The prefrontal cortex of the human brain is responsible for translating, interpreting, and understanding any emotion or physical experience a human can have. What offers the explanation of magic being real is the subconscious reflex, which is directly linked to biological intuition, permitting the feeling of mystery or wonderment to come to pass. The ancients didn't offer the known attributions to the moon for no reason. They had felt it. They knew through the emotional body the moon had offered power. The phases had meaning, and so did the stars around the brightest object in the night sky, as I stated prior, giving birth to mythology and prompting further exploration. The ancients who laughed, danced, and made love under the full moon were something else. They were advanced in many ways, placing hopes and dreams into the loving arms of the lunar light. The moon became a communicator, a guiding force for life just as much as the sun. With romantic love in mind, if the moon can, to a certain degree, influence the emotional body, then it can most definitely influence how you find a partner and how you love a partner. When I met the person, just to share a quick story, when I met the person who would then be my future partner for quite some time in 2013, the moon had just left the full moon stage and was in a waning gibbous for the majority of the week. The moon was stationed in the sign of Cancer, which happened to be my then partner's sun sign. We would meet that very week and form a friendship, as prior to our union, we had been dating other people. My partner, prior to my long-term relationship that would span over 5 years, was a Scorpio. And that week, my life had drastically changed, and I would be letting go of the past, including my connection to the Scorpio partner that I had. I was closing a big chapter. A major sign, and all of my intuition screaming, I just met a soulmate in the form of a very affectionate water sign, as opposed to the Scorpio, who at the time was unreliable, deceitful, and irresponsible towards me. He was not a soulmate, and was, I would definitely say, manipulative, very, very manipulative. And he must have forgotten I was psychic. My long-term partner over 5 years had his birth moon in a transitional period. This is my long-term relationship. He was a Capricorn and an Aquarius in terms of subconscious energies. He was very grounded and capable of maintaining a long-term desirable relationship with this Pisces ruled by her moon sign half the time. He was an echo of another love who could not offer any true romantic commitment and was an earth sign. Both of these individuals were practical and believed in material security. That is something as a Pisces I most definitely need. They were heart-based and easily. I had formed unique connections, which I love personally. These chords are the bonds of forever people. So I had met two forever persons. No matter which role an individual plays in your life, the chord shared with a forever person will always be from the deepest parts of the heart. There was no way I could be the only person this has happened to in the modern era. Matter of fact, it's common knowledge within the astrology community. The moon is the driving force for unions, commitments, and even interpersonal attractions. If you were looking to attract a mate or reignite the chords of heartfelt passion with your partner, examine your moon sign and, of course, your partners. The current position of the moon and phase plays a role as well in the pursuit of love, intimacy, and reconnection. For example, if the moon is in Sagittarius and is in a waning phase, the idea is to explore emotions tied to foundations. That is incredibly paramount. Assuming there are no complications in terms of scheduling for Earth Moon individuals and Water Moon individuals, it is ideal to discuss matters of the heart with great expression. Anything pertaining to security of foundation will go very well. Discussing dreams and goals will also deepen connections. Conversations in relation with doing away with negativity or getting rid of limitations is a great draw too if you're seeking to initiate a connection. Bringing up topics in relation to personal attractions in line with the current moon phase, will really offer a benevolent experience with your partner or potential suitor. The second step to adhering to acknowledging the power or perhaps the influence of the lunar energies is comparing the current moon to your own birth moon. Here is another example. I am a Taurus moon with the moon stationed in Sagittarius at a waning phase. Structure as well as the need for organization is ignited. Conveying my emotions or thoughts is wonderful. However, the earth energies in my astrological placement is more dominant than my sun sign, which is Pisces, as you know. My partner would have to be an attentive listener as I discuss my current plans, agendas, and goals with passion. Acts of intimacy would be a better experience at this time personally, as fire signs permit the flames of affection to flourish. So moon in the fire signs, it's a good time to seek those activities with a trusted partner. It would not be uncommon for future planning to commence either in communication or in thought for an earthy water sign such as myself. For a fire moon, depending on whether a person has an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius moon, at the waning stage, the desire to clean up and do away with anything irritating may surface strongly. The need for heart-to-heart discussions can arrive, as well as allowing permissions for the most intense chords of romantic love to form or to be fortified unapologetically can occur. Let's say air moon signs. They may feel the need to clean up any clutter and delve into a state of workmanship, denying the opportunity for heart-based discussions that can occur as well. They may be indecisive or very vocal of their desires, not necessarily giving space for any other discussions to take place. They may lose interest fast or may want all of events that are planned in regard to socializing on their terms. Just to kind of show a little bit of positives and negatives that can occur with the signs. With air signs, known to be detached from their emotions, inabilities to emotionally understand their partner may occur despite knowing how their partner feels. Remember, this is the subconscious, this is the moon. With a potential bedmate, they may be overwhelming or overly passionate. They can also misread their partner if their subconscious is sinking into the conscious mind and body. They can be very, very charming or alluring, as their intellect can navigate any challenge that is emotional, or emotion-based. Knowing this information can change the trajectory of any date night or allow truth to surface in regard to romantic love, intimacy, and dating. Give the moon a chance. If you're not a believer in astrology, at least consider the possibility of how additional information may serve you in terms of lunar exploration and love. Subconscious connections offer the truest gravity, such as planet Earth offers to us all. The emotional chords and chemistry are incredibly profound. Know these connections are the kind in which transmutation is possible, but the actual energetic link is long-lasting, translating years, even in terms of crossing over. It also usually remains positive, as partners with these subconscious-ruled relationships remain compassionate, forgiving, and supportive despite the duration of any physical relationship, whether it be months, a year, 10 years, 20 years, even lasting a lifetime. Any form of separation between subconscious and moon-based relationships tend to offer better outcomes. Former partners who had shared the lunar connection are highly likely to remain as distant friends with a gratitude for the shared time. This process is known as conscious uncoupling and is ultimately one of the best ways to realize a romantic relationship has become something else and it is leading towards separation. Remember, you are conditioned through actual lived physical experiences, and sometimes it is a wonderful idea to let the innate knowledge of the subconscious translate and express itself. It is a wonderful idea to be under the influence of the moon consciously. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this audio video. Know that I am taking appointments. Send me a message, mándame un mensaje, and I look forward to the next video.